So how much do agencies really earn just with YouTube SEO traffic? And this is without doing any shorts or any kind of short form content on any platforms. So without posting ads, so without kind of running Facebook ads. In fact, there's not even a single paid ad in sight. Right, I'm going to show you exactly with a calculator that I've created and break it down so you can see exactly how much you can earn and what things to focus on so that you can get this set up. So first thing I want to go through is how much search volume you actually need for that to book into client calls. I want to show you what click-through rate you can expect when you're in the top 10 and also how a couple of ninja tricks on how to improve that. How many calls will be booked actually into your calendar and how many clients you get to work with based on a number of factors. So I'm going to break it all down in this video for you straight away. Now, by the way, if you are new to YouTube and you want to use YouTube to grow your business, just to let you know, like I've got a tiny channel and we've done multiple millions of dollars. These are some of my clients that I've booked in. This is a recent client that I've just worked with. I've just had a client that's just reached over $1 million in a very short space of time using this strategy. And you can see like we've actually won some awards. We've done over $7 million in the last 4 years. And I haven't spent that much money on ads because every time I run ads, they kind of don't work. So I switch them off and I stick to what I know, right? And this is what I know. So I'm going to show you this. So I've created this calculator. Now, if you use a YouTube, if you basically use a YouTube SEO tool, it's going to show you the search for volumes around the products and services that you are actually selling. So if you're a coach or a consultant, or if you're running an agency, you're going to basically put videos up about the pain points, right? And you can go and use any number of keyword tools. The one I like is vidIQ. It's really cool. I'll put a link in the description. And it's going to tell you how many people are searching per month. Now, I found this keyword literally the other day, affiliate marketing for beginners. And it's one that I've used in the past because I have helped over 12,000 affiliates crush it using this system. So this one here has got 334,714 monthly searches. So let's say you're going to start showing affiliates how to run affiliate businesses. And just this one keyword, right? Bearing in mind, you will have more keywords, but I'm using this as an example so you can kind of see the variables and how it all stacks up. And I want to go through it with a fine tooth comb. So first of all, this is how many times this is going to show up on the front page, or if you like to call it now, the top 10 of YouTube, right? It doesn't include Google traffic. That's in addition, which is really cool. And there's a keyword tool for Google you can use because videos rank on Google as well. And that's called Keywords Everywhere. And that's really cool. And you can plug it into the plugin and it works really well. But we're just going to focus on YouTube. So YouTube traffic, this is going to be how many impressions you're going to get if you're at the top there, right? This is how many people search for it. And if you're right at the top, this is how many times you can show up, right? So this is the first important factor. Now, the first thing we want to do is we want to work out like what sort of click-through rate can we get? Now, if you're in the top 10, 5% is pretty standard. And in fact, if you're getting less than 5% and you're in the top 10, then you're doing something wrong. Now, it's either the thumbnail or the title, the hook of the video. And actually, the eye goes to the thumbnail first, and then it goes to the hook. And obviously, you can go over to YouTube, see what other people are doing, and model what's working to get that up, right? So basic stuff there. But at the end of the day, like 5% is what you should be getting. But a lot of people in the top 10 are getting 10, 15% click-through rate, right? Now, if you actually do achieve 5%, 5% of that number is 16,736 people clicking through and start to watch your video. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to watch all the way through. That means they're just going to start. So obviously, you just want to make sure that when you create videos, when somebody puts that search term in and they're on your video, you want to make sure that that's what you're covering, nothing else, right? Because people bounce away really fast. And a little trick here is just to restate the name of the video. So you actually saw the title of this video and you saw that that's how I started this video. If you want to go back and listen to it, you'll see I actually started with the title. I do that every single time, because then people know that they're in the right place, right? Now, that's if 5%, right? Now, if 20% of anyone who watches my video gets enough value that they want to opt in, right? Now, this number can vary in a lot of different ways. Now, I'm going to show you how you can get this to around about 20% with something ninja that we've discovered. I'm going to show you exactly what that is in just a minute. So 20% is obviously, this is not a fixed number. This can be any number, but this is what we've seen with what we do. Now, if you do get 20% based on this search for volume, you're going to get 3,347 new leads opting in. And again, this thing I'm going to show you in a minute will actually get you real email addresses, not fake email addresses, which is really cool. So they're really valuable leads. And it also trains your autoresponder and their email delivery service like Gmail to talk to each other in the first few days, so that basically every time you email, they're going to go to the inbox. Again, it's another important factor, and this is stuff we're looking for. So anyway, this is going to get you 3,347 real email leads, right? Based on 20%, that is, obviously. And again, disclaimer here, that could vary a lot, right? But I'm just obviously showing you the things that you can focus on. Now, if 10% of everyone who opts in, and this, by the way, this system I'm going to show you in a minute, we get over 50% of people that actually end up booking a call. It's kind of crazy because of the way it works. It develops so much know, like, and trust without any kind of scammy marketing. It works really well. But I want to do this on the low end because obviously if only 10%, right, and that's kind of about average as what a lot of people expect. If you get a number of leads, about 10% of them you're going to sell to at some point, right? So this is kind of a good number to go by. Then we're going to be looking at 335, right? And if 335 people, these are people that have actually gone from being a lead to actually booking a call with you, right? So 335, which is not bad, bearing in mind, like, we've had 334,000 searches. We've got 335, which is around about 1% of all the people, right? And we're basically booking, if we actually, if we get on a phone with 335 people, if we're kind of new and we're not sure what we're doing, we should be looking at booking around 1 in 5 as a client, right? Now, as we get better, as we know what we're doing, then this can come right down. In fact, we have a ninja way of getting this down to 1 in 2, and it's really, really cool. So anyway, this gets down to 67. Now, your fee will obviously depend on what you charge. Now, I recommend, if you're basically working one-to-one with a client in your agency or whatever it is you're charging, then I recommend charging a premium for that, because it's your time, right? And you want to basically base this on what you're actually worth. I've actually got the wrong thing coming up here. It's this one, $5,000, right? We charge $5,000 minimum for our clients because we obviously work with clients and we value the service based on the ideal outcome that they need. And usually that's 10 times 5,000. And if it isn't, we generally don't do it, right? And obviously we know how to, like, price this properly so that you're comfortable, they're comfortable. But at the end of the day, this can be different for whatever you're working. But we usually we start our services for one-to-one consultancy, coaching, or agency work at $5,000 per client. And then again, you can see that actually generates a monthly revenue of $334,714, which is actually $4 million a year. So that is how you can get from $334,714 to $4 million a year just with one keyword. Now, obviously, we're going to look for more keywords. We're going to look for an abundance of traffic. Obviously, we're going to set this game up to win. In fact, what we generally do when we start doing this is we're switching our calendars off for 95 to 99% of the time because we can't handle the business. And then we obviously look after getting the back end in place. You know, if we want to basically employ people to take on the calls, we can do that. If we want to basically build our back end system in, so we've got trainers and stuff in, so that we kind of become a bit more hands off, we can do all that. But this is when you start working one-to-one. But what a lot of people like to do is just work with 1 or 2 clients per month and get a 6-figure income, right? And that way you can work for about 10 hours a month. You know, if you're doing like say you're doing a few strategy calls, that's kind of the bulk of your time for people to book in with you and hire you. And they're about half an hour, 15 minutes, half an hour each. So you do a few of those to get to 2 clients. And then, you know, maybe you're working with your clients for the extra 5 hours or whatever it is per month, right? So about 10 hours per month gets you a job, like a dream job where you can have all that time to work with your family. But a lot of people obviously want to go all in as well. And then what we can do is we can scale this and actually reduce the hours. It's kind of a clever way of doing that. So yeah, that's the calculator. So obviously take a screenshot of that, run those numbers, and you'll be able to see like exactly how much, based on those, You can play around with these numbers as well, obviously, if you think that this is slightly different for your industry, for your niche, but this is what we do. Here's how you set this up, right? So first of all, the first thing you want to think about is getting in the top 10 listings with Google and YouTube SEO. And it's not that easy to do, right? There's a few ways of doing it. And what you'll notice is when you first put videos up, they go to the top of Google and YouTube and then they drop, right? So you see them at the top and you think, oh my God, I've done it. And then they'll drop and you'll just get some traffic in the first 24 hours, which is not to be sniffed at, but it's obviously not a long-term strategy. What we want to do is we want to push them to the top of the search engines and keep them there, right? So we've developed the evergreen traffic funnel. So it's the first and only funnel on the planet that actually delivers you traffic, actually delivers you free ads based on the keywords around your videos, right? So what you can do is the 10 videos you created on your channel, you're going to drop into this funnel. Right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to send all the traffic into this funnel. And as people are coming through this funnel, Google and YouTube recognizes that these videos are being watched, but not on their platform. And it moves them up the search engines. And then because more traffic's coming in, it moves them up again until they're kind of stuck at the top. And then they're all stuck. So this does a number of things. And again, I'm going to give you a link in a minute and I'll show you how to build this properly. But basically, this keeps videos on page one for many years. Builds a highly engaged email list where they get opened. It books your calendar up on autopilot. In fact, to start with, you've literally got to switch it off 95% of the time and just switch it on when you're ready. And you'll see they just come flooding in and then you switch it off when you're done, right? It's kind of weird. And yeah, and it kind of drives you crazy because you're like, I want to work with more people. And that's where we kind of help people to obviously scale the systems up. But basically, it gives you omnipresence without your videos showing up in 1, 2, 3, and 4. You build a highly valuable email list. When people ask you what's your cost per lead, you actually say 0, right? And these are emails that are real, not fake. There's a special thing we do on there that gets us the real email address. You become the ultimate authority in your niche, right? So you kind of start showing up and you're everywhere. You don't need to pay for expensive retargeting ads. They've all gone up over the last like 2 or 3 years. Retargeting ads especially, really expensive now. So you can switch all your ads off and just let this run. And it increases conversions, giving you 20 sale points instead of just 1. And if you want to find out more, if you want to build this funnel, and in fact, in all honesty, I've been in business for over 20 years and I've tried everything. Most things don't work and it's driving me nuts. So that's why we developed this system. In fact, we kind of didn't develop it. We discovered it by trial and error. It kind of sort of evolved into, you know, what it is now. And if you want to just save yourself all the headaches and legwork, then I've put together a new training where you can either just work with 2 clients part-time to get 120 grand a year or scale like crazy, right? And when you scale, you'll actually work the same amount of hours pretty much as when you're with 2 clients once you've set everything up, right? It's a bit of work to set it up. And then once you've got it, it's done. And we basically help you, like literally hands-on help to get that done for you. So go to tubeclient.com and you'll see the link in the comments and the description. And the video above me here, if you go there right now, I'm going to show you something really neat that I bet you've never even thought of with your business. Go there now.